Hi, my name is Brian Vermeer. I am a long-term Java developer, and currently I'm a developer advocate for Sneak, a security company. I've been developing in Java for basically all of my professional life, um, so between 10 and 15 years. I'm currently also co-leading the virtual jug and the Utrecht jug. So and a regular speaker on a lot of Java related conferences. That's I think enough about me, who I am. I've been using IntelliJ IDEA since I think it was version 10. So I believe that was 2010, 2011, depends on when I started. So I've been using IntelliJ ever since, either as my primary or my secondary IDE. So yeah, that's almost or that's at least 10 years now. I started using IntelliJ IDEA because of the frustration I had with another IDE. Let me put it like, I will not call names, but I was working with another IDE that I learned to work with when I was in the university. And when working on it, it broke down several times. Workspaces were corrupted. And then a coworker of mine pointed me to IntelliJ IDEA, and that you could, at that point, there was a free trial. I'm not sure if there was a community version already. Uh, and I started to use the free trial, and after that, I was sold. And my employer at that point was happy to reimburse the licenses. So it was an easy choice. And from that point on, even if I do it for personal use, I've got a personal license ever since, and I'm using it for my personal projects as well. And I'm happy to pay for the features because it simply works. Is that out of the box, the things work. Working with other IDEs, there was a lot of fuzz in the past to install a bunch of plugins that are third party and not always works depending on versions. And for some reason, if I start up IntelliJ or upgrade my IntelliJ IDEA version, it always seems to work. So I can focus on building new stuff and use it as a tool instead of first configuring my tool all the way before actually using it. So I think the stuff working out of the box and the plugins that are available almost always work out of the box. That is the best thing of IntelliJ IDEA, in my opinion. I think there are a couple, and I think these features are things you will miss when you don't have them. But that's hard because I'm so used to working with it. I think the one I use the most is the double shift to search. I always forget what my keys are, or some of the keys I don't know anymore. Double shift always works, and I can search within whatever I need. So I think the double shift is the easy one. The second most important one for me, because I always also do a lot of live coding, is the templating I can do. So the live templates, I can prepare to do fast coding because nobody wants to see me type actual things, because that takes a while. I make typos, and these live templates are also a lifesaver for me. I think database integrations that are there, and actual integrations um, with things like Maven or Gradle. You don't use them every day because if you set up that application, you can focus on the business logic. But these integrations with these third-party things is very helpful when you need to debug certain things, and you have it all in one IDE. So I believe that basically the external integrations, but I think most importantly, the integrations with your build systems are your build systems and your databases are very important, useful features. So you have it all in one place. The most used feature is, I think, on my Mac, the combination of the Alt key and Enter to solve a problem. That is the most used feature. And I already mentioned the double shift thing. These two things are my most used features because I don't want to want to solve the problem myself because I know what it is. But if it can be done by my IDE, I can think of the more complex things. Yes, definitely. IntelliJ helped me to be a more happy developer because, well, I'm already mentioned that integrations with other parts are great, but also integrations with things like Git are great. So I do not have to think of what kind of Git statement is this to push, pull, or revert my change. And with my IntelliJ short keys, I can do that right away. That helps me a lot. So even if I need to cherry pick kind of things, working together with a team, I think that is very helpful. And the other thing that I think it's one of the newer features that I really, really love is that if I change something in my code, say I make a constructor from a public constructor to a private constructor, it already tells me that this change will have 4 additional problems or 4 new problems. And I'm like, oh yeah, 4? I expected 1, but not 4. So this one already helps me to see how big a change is in my code base if I do something, even if it's not in that specific class, but in other classes. So that one recently helped me a lot for some demo applications I needed to build, and I was changing stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, if I make this change, it has a lot of impact on rewriting code, or at least recreating my tests suite for that specific change. Anything I would like to add is that also a great thing within IntelliJ is that it's the integration with other languages like Groovy and Kotlin are amazing. Kotlin specifically, of course, because JetBrains is one of the founders of it, but it is almost seamless to write in different languages and do that in one IDE. So it's like IntelliJ for me feels like a Swiss Army knife, and I could do a bunch of things in different ecosystems, even if they are not directly connected. But for instance, front end and back end might be separated, but still in one project or in one repository. Take JHipster for instance, and I can add it with I can use IntelliJ to edit both my JavaScript and Java parts. If I have Groovy parts in it, because I'm using Gradle in that case, I can edit it as well, and it can it can work seamlessly with all these language without the urge for me to having to switch to a more specific IDE. So yeah, that's again, it's a Swiss Army knife that works for all these things I needed to do. So even if I need to do some JavaScript stuff standalone, I still will use IntelliJ.